this is going to be one of the primary focuses of this one is stripping out the ways I'm using power inefficiently and then trying to generate more of it. This is a huge base. I may need to resort to YouTube to watch this all happen. Well, K in French, !archives, and you can find all of the, I think, like 140 episodes so far of this base being built. Okay, so Aavak, considering the distance, maybe use it to cool the water pool. That way, you don't have to run a mile-long pipe. Yeah, I was thinking about that, actually. I was certainly thinking about that being a better way of doing it. If I could just get the pipes up here to cool this, and then have a closed loop cooling the rest of it, that would actually be a lot better for me. Very much so. But let's have a quick look at these temperatures, shall we? So, at this point, this polluted water is leaving at about 9.3. What temperature is it up here? It's apparently... Oh, it's starting to warm up a little bit. Over here. No, that's 5. Oh, it's because quite a lot of it was moving through. I am trying to prevent it from getting over cold in here. Because I don't want the polluted water to get too chilly. But it is coming in at a reasonable temperature. But that I don't think we've actually seen much of this polluted water getting through the system yet. And back into the main block of everything. It's still at 7.2. This water is roasty toasty. Very, very roasty toasty. Now, I suspect that we're not going to see these thermoaccutuners kicking in from now. We've got way too cold water moving up. There we go. I believe these are not... Are these insulated? No, these are regular. These are regular pipes, so that temperature can just move up freely. And it does, and then it starts moving across. Now, this is somewhat full. So the temperature is dropping as more and more cold water is being added. And then it's being withdrawn. This is going to start pulling down our power needs quite drastically. In fact, to the point that I actually feel fairly confident shutting down, like completely deconstructing these thermoaccutuners. I don't think we need them. Let's continue following the route that the water pipes are taking. Let's actually go into this. There, yeah. So this is 25-ish degrees. It's going to continue to drop as incredibly cool water is being brought up. But this is already starting to have an effect. This is already starting to have quite a nice effect on everything right now. I do need to continue to push more polluted water into this, though. Ultimately, my active cooling solution needs to be this. I want it to be running off the polluted water in here, but I'm kind of regretting having it set up this way. I'm thinking realistically, I don't want multiple sets of these. I really want just this one, and then to rotate the coolant for my metal refineries around, and then just send it for cooling only when it gets way too hot. Coolant out here is way too hot because we do not have enough power in here right now, like at all. Let me have a look at you. Yeah, we're just consistently out of power, which is a big old problem for us. But if we can curb some of the consumption of power that we have, then that'll probably help. One reality that I'm toying with is that realistically we don't need this all being piped in here and then piped up. I could allow this to dribble down into the same reservoir and then just have one pump send it up here. And if it backs up, it backs up. Might be a way to do it. So, just 72 hours or so worth of video. I know what I'm doing this week. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Sincerely, I hope you enjoy. Yeah, we need a lot more polluted water entering the system. And it looks like we are actually getting that. This is definitely cooling this place down a bit. Let's have a look inside. It's a lot better than it used to be. which says a lot. Down here, though, we're now seeing that this water is cool enough to cool down our Draco farm, where all the Dracos are dead. There are no more Dracos, everyone. They have perished. They have perished from lack of food. I need to find fresh Dracolets to restart our Draco farm. But I'm not sure I can be trusted with them. I sincerely feel that maybe we don't deserve the Dracolets. We're going to have to get that plastic production back up and running, basically. But that is a thing that's a thing that we're going to be getting to. Now, at this point, so this fairly chilly, well, I mean comparatively, liquid will then move up here and cool down this little area, which used to be my my natural gas power plants. No longer, though. So ultimately, I'm going to want to take this away. But it's not necessary for me to pull that away just yet. I'm happy for that to just go up and then swing back around. Coming in at about 14 degrees now. That is getting really nice. This is going to be plenty good to chill this area. May chill this area a little bit too much, though, which is a problem that I'm going to have to be aware of. That I'm going to need to definitely consider. But for example, down here, I've got so many places where I've just got pumps. Why? Why have I got pumps? I don't need to be paying the power for all this. I can do without that. And for example, down here, I no longer need all of these. I'm not actually, there isn't enough CO2 in this area anymore. There's plenty of CO2 over here, sure, but not over there. The other thing is the transit tubes. I could get rid of the transit tubes, but honestly, the transit tubes, I kind of feel that I want them. I sort of feel that the transit tubes are an important one for me to have. Because if I don't have the transit tubes, then moving around and getting jobs done is going to be crazy awkward. Why on earth did you drop out there instead of down here? That one seems strange, but sure, okay. I'm fine with that, I suppose. But yeah, right now we're not generating any petroleum because we don't have enough power, which is kind of awful and terrible, and mostly awful and terrible. Thank you very much, Talk. I keep forgetting what you told me, what 3 letters in your name I was meant to emphasize, but hello, mate. I'm glad you managed to make it to the stream. Thank you very much for the 11 months. Cot, sorry. Right, okay. The part that's capitalized. Why didn't I think of that? Because I'm dumb. I will bear that in mind. Thank you, mate. But yeah, maybe just chilling out this water over here would be a good idea. There's an awful lot of liquid here, though, for me to cool. That will be tricky. Very, very, very tricky. We're actually liquefying. We've got... Is it liquefied CO2? And occasionally liquefied... It's raining CO2 down here. That is glorious. I love it so much. That is a very, very chilly place. So, what's it going in at? 35. What's it leaving at? About 15. You know what? It's warming. It's definitely warming up. I'm starting to think that maybe, just maybe, I need more piping in here. More radiant piping. Do I have more tungsten? I do. I've got enough for at least 2 more sections, at the very least. Sure. Pop it down there. We're making sure that only full packets get sent into this area. Though I do wonder if that's strictly necessary. Because down here, that would only be the case if what we were getting on this side wasn't a full packet. Like this. I mean, I guess it is actually backing up a little bit, so And then at that point, it just sends out like 3 full packets at a time. With one tile gap. I guess I'm not against that. On the surface. By and large, I think that's okay, actually. Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, I've had a look around now. I've refamiliarized myself with what's going on. This is fine. This is going to be able to run forever. Off just a little bit of manual generation every now and then. This is making sure that only full packets get output down here. And part of the reason why I wanted that is to make sure that we only ever had a case where when the liquid got back up towards these aqua tuners, that it was a full packet at a time. Because, you know, realistically, you want a full packet at a time. But it is time for these to go. And I want them to be taken down pretty sharpish, actually. Let's get all of that out of there. And then the aqua tuners themselves, please, as well. Let's get rid of that right now. We don't need those aqua tuners anymore. They are quite surplus to demand. And in fact, causing me more problem than they possibly solve. Further to that, I'm quite tempted. See, water pressure will push up on this side, so maybe I should just block this off. That being said, if they want to go down on that side, they can just walk down on that side. I guess it doesn't really matter all that much. But yeah, we're going to strip this out of there. We're starting to charge over here, which is very good to see. We have got petroleum in the pipes, no doubt. Tiny little bits being sent up, which will inevitably get yoinked and then fed into my petroleum generators over here. What is the temperature in here? It's only 121. It is awful. I really, really need it to be better. We can make it better, chat. We will make it better. Grobzilla, thank you very much for the 28 months, mate. Aavak, it is always a pleasure to catch a stream of yours. Your naturally calm voice always makes viewing any game better. Your love of Oni and RimWorld make it even better. Thank you, mate. I'm really glad you enjoy the streams. Aavak, I'm undergoing withdrawals. Please post an X Factorio video. I will see what I can do tomorrow. Certainly won't be tonight, though. I'm playing Oni. I warmly encourage you to stay and play Oni vicariously through me. Or alongside me if you have the game for yourself. I think I'm going to save up another 3.1k for my name in game before I start spending on other things. There are quite a few names already on the list, yes. But the list will never go away until the names get drawn off it. Now, on that point, and as if the game knew what I was thinking, I am strongly tempted to get more duplicants. Now, the reason for me thinking that is that presently we have more than enough food. We've got 2 million calories and it's only going up. So we could easily afford to have more duplicants and thus more hands on deck. The only thing I'd need to do is increase the oxygen production, but honestly I think we've got more water than that I'm ever going to be able to do anything with, so there's really not a reason for me not to be taking more duplicates other than preparing an area for them first. And I think that there's certainly something to be said about that. But before I get too distracted, oh Dad, what'd they do? Let me have a quick look. Belial! Hello, mate. Direct support. Thank you, buddy. You give me a good chuckle, you do. Thank you, mate. Hello. How's work going, mate? Now, as I said, I'm fairly certain we'd be able to support having more duplicants in the base. Certainly, we'd be able to support them based on our current production of shovels. In fact, there are currently 46 shovels in here. Eventually, they will die and produce meat. I could automate this process significantly. Take care, Drivenix. It's getting quite late here, so I'll catch you in the morning if you're still streaming. I may well be. But if I am not, don't worry. These the exploits of our duplicants will be up on my second channel before long. But yeah, so I guess the big question is just sincerely, what do we work on first? And I think one of the big ones is, realistically, the situation we've got going on down here, really. Right now, I'm trying to inject more coolant solution into the tanks. How hot is that? 26 degrees. How hot is this? It was coming up here at 25 degrees now. Ooh. Okay. Well, that's a bit different. 21. So why is that different then? Have we just absorbed all of the potential heat help that we had down here? No, that water is getting very cold. Okay. Now this little drizzle of polluted water is going to get quite chilled. Coming in there at 34, going out at 25. It'll probably start to balance, but we do need to watch that for a while. This pump is now, for all intents and purposes, serving no purpose, actually. It's just dripping water back on itself. So, actually, one of the first things we can do is we can get rid of these pipes. Let's get on that. Whomp. And all of these, all the way along, can go. There we are. Let's get rid of you as well. We'll get that work done as a fairly high priority. But what have we got in the printables? Or a pipsqueak. Cannot do cooking errands. You're decent. You've actually got some decent animal husbandry. I wouldn't mind taking you, Ren. I think we will take Ren. But that does necessitate the production of a new barracks area. Now, I could simply make a new barracks area. Like a complete copy of this. There is no reason why I can't. Or why I shouldn't, more to the point. I can just have several versions of this just dotted around the base. The little discrete areas where people can do their thing. Now, this whole system here, I think it's a hopeless waste of power if someone has to hop inside via this. And right now, that's the only way people can do it. Honestly, I kind of feel like my very inefficient use of transit tubes is a part of the massive power drain. Because these things, they don't take a small amount of power when someone comes in. This one is powered by someone in the base at all times. So it's less of an issue. But the ones outside aren't. The ones outside very much aren't. Okay, let's go ahead and speed things up and start getting some of these problems resolved. Firstly, do I actually use any of this? Kinda do use some of it, yes. Not using this, so let's... I'm going to start using 7s for stripping these down now. Let's use all of that. Let's get rid of this. I'm not going to need 2 pumps down here. That is a definite. No 2 pumps. Please and thank you. We can get rid of all of that. We can get rid of you. Little by little, we're going to start clearing this space out. This is such an overdue process. Such a long overdue process. Now, there is a little part of me that is worried that maybe deleting that is a bad move, because ultimately that's my easy way of injecting more petroleum into the system if there's canisters of petroleum just lying around, but I think it should be okay for now. There we go. Now, this coming in here is a little bit too hot. It's at 27 degrees. Got a mixture of it going out. 26, 25-ish coming in. Got a lot of very hot polluted water coming from over here. It's extremely hot polluted water, actually. 38. It's 38 over here. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I need to sort out to get this working a bit better, but we'll get there. Never you worry. Have a look at how it's doing down here. So it's coming down at about 35 degrees, leaving at about 18, 20-ish degrees, you know, kind of flip-flopping. Let's make these a bit of a higher priority so that we're getting a little bit more cooling out of this area. What is the temperature down here now? I mean, everywhere, but these little spots, it's actually reasonably good. But this is going to definitely start melting this biome, given time, but this is an extremely cold biome. It's going to take a while for that level of chill to really go down. Though look at how well this little, this kind of little thermal border is dealing with things. Just goes to show how incredibly hot the rest of the base is, really. Aavak, what are the odds of a DF series? I tried to stream it once, but I could tell I just don't have the charisma to make it good. I'm sure that's just a matter of practice, mate. You will get better at storytelling. The more you tell stories. Okay, well, this place is cool enough, certainly. This place, not quite as much. Oh, this is actually sandstone. Oh, this is not. Oh no, here we are. This part is insulated. I was going to say, no wonder this isn't cooling down. Okay, no, that's fine. Now, up here we've got a bunch of little bits and bobs going on that we just don't need. Running all of these filters, I could use mechanical filters rather than actual liquid filters to do a lot of this work. That might be worth doing. It may well be worth doing. Ultimately, though, I don't want this in here. This shouldn't be drawing power. There is no reason why I'm pulling this water out to add into this loop. We've got plenty of water coming from down below. And I can just allow that to continue to filter through and get passed along the circuit. Wherever it happens to be needed. Some of it goes down here in order to... What? How? I don't even. Fine. Please empty that out. Also that. My lord. But yeah, we need to sort those filters out then. Okay, that one's done. Cancel. Oh, now that one's in the wrong place. Damn it, I should have started from the back. Cancel that. There we go. Sorted. Forever Money! Thank you very much for the Prime sub. I love watching this game. Despite barely understanding what's going on. Well, you're probably not alone in that boat, I'm going to be honest. I'm hoping that 7 Days to Die is now a stable 1.19, that Aavak and Navy Sheelab will be doing some more. There's always a possibility of that. Always a possibility of that. Is it oil here? Yes, there is. Can I not empty this out? Is it just not possible to empty this? Or would I have to break it in order to do that? Because that's annoying. What about down here? Possibly the same. There's a lot more oil in the loop. Oh, yeah, there is. Ugh. Down here. Alright. Gonna have to start emptying that out then. Also, absolutely gonna need to filter this so that only water comes this way. Alright, annoying, but 100% necessary on that one. Cannot make this work without. So, let's strip that away. I'm going to put in a filter. And I'm going to filter out so only water goes in this direction. That being said, this water comes down. So it goes across. Maybe I should have the filter over here. The idea is the system shouldn't be able to have the wrong thing in it. But of course, you know, that's not exactly how things work. Alas. What do you think we should do then, chat? Here's the question. What do you think we should do? I can make a mechanical filter so that it costs no power but will filter out water. And one that will filter out polluted water. And then dump everything else. Like, for example, down here. So any miscellaneous liquid that's in the pipes gets dumped. Time to tear out all the pipes and rebuild the net. Well, you're not too far off, honestly. You're not too far off. Does fire solve anything? Yes. Fire solves many, many things. Okay, so the way we're going to do this then, I'm going to create a filter around here. Now, does this polluted water actually serve a purpose in this particular location? No. Let me... how do I want to do this? Ultimately, to make this look right, I'm going to want both polluted water and regular water being filtered along these lines. Now, this is moving in this direction, so I'm going to need the polluted water moving in this direction. Sorry, the regular water moving in this direction. And down here, since it's moving that way, I need it to be basically counterflowing. So at this point, I would need the polluted water coming out like that. And then we pop down a simple little liquid valve to give it a direction. Now, I don't want to set this up until I'm ready. But now I know how this will work. This would be regular water. And ultimately, I could just have this go along here and then straight up to join up on this side. Because I want to try and get as much of this done without having to use another pump as possible. So that would be my regular water. This is polluted water overflow over here. So that would probably be okay to just come straight up and bridge across into my polluted water. Actually, I can just have it come out and straight up and then bridge into the polluted water on this side. That works fine. There we go. So that gives me a flow of liquids without any kind of any particular overflow yet. But if any liquid reaches this point, it's either I've got a massive backup of clean water, in which case just dump the clean water, or I've got a massive backup of polluted water, in which case just dump the polluted water, or in the unlikely event that, or actually, as we've seen, the somewhat likely event that it's something else entirely, it will be a miscellaneous liquid, and I can just dump it down there. Okay, it's going to take them a little while to get this done. I'm going to put this as a 7 priority. I'm going to try and wean them off, or while I'm weaning myself off the level 8s everywhere. But I'm going to have to prime this system. Well, this one's easy. I just prime it with a tiny, tiny drop of regular water. But I need it to be set up first. Rui, hello mate. Yay, Moroni. Take my prime. Thank you very much for the 44 months, buddy. And Shakal Draconis as well. Thank you very much for the 14 months. Start of my 2nd year best year. Time for powerless filtering. Indeed. Indeed, we're going to be ultra cheese. Cheese levels will be off the charts. What I can do is I can filter down a little bit of polluted water to pop in there. You need a small amount of the liquid you want to filter in the filter first. To that end, actually, I want to cancel the production of these first as well. There we go. This can probably just be dug up. What's in there? Polluted dirt. Oh. Construct, please. Why have I got all the polluted dirt down here? That should just be up there. Surely. I mean, this is legitimately the best place for polluted water to be. Polluted dirt, or anything like that would off gas. Now, this little water area, I don't need. I don't want it, even. This was only there initially so that I had somewhere to extract water out of. But now I have this, and this one is, this one's actually protected as well, so... sorry, protected. It's sterilized. What's the temperature in the base at? Not great. Temperature in the base is not great. Problem here is that this is coming in at 70. Is it now warming this up, unfortunately, which is the opposite of what we need. Some of it is cooling it down, but not all of it, which is an issue. It was doing well for a little while, but now not quite as well.